colorism itself is just an assumption of what you experience in life, honestly. I just wanted to say that last piece, basically. For me, in my opinion, it always seems like it because it always is like people will try and assume how dark skinned black women are treated for their dark skin, right? And people will try to assume how you're treated if you're light skinned or if you're brown skinned. I never understand this because it's like you don't know what it's like on the other side of the fence. And as a brown skinned woman, I can say personally for me, I do have a slight understanding of what that experience is like. Kind of, because like for me, I do tan. And since I lose my tan and I get darker, I can see if I'm treated worse or better. And it never seems like that's the issue. I feel like more other issues are the issue, basically. And it's not specifically my skin tone, I don't think. And honestly, I never needed to figure it out with myself, to be completely honest, because all I needed to do is basically just look at other races. Like, you see dark Mexicans, then you see light, like black people, right? Light-skinned black people. And you see the Mexican is not seen as black. And you see the light-skinned black person is. So you could kind of see that it's not specifically a situation where it's got to do with skin tone. And I always find it odd that people always assume it is. So that's all I have to say in this video. It's just like, to me, if you knew if colorism existed or if it was real, you would have to know what it's like to be you, exactly you, when you're lighter. And you don't know what that is because you're either dark-skinned and you've never experienced life as a light-skinned person, or you are a light-skinned person and you've never experienced life as a dark-skinned person. I was in a conversation with like 2 different people, and I might put their comments in this video. One was dark-skinned, one was light-skinned. Yet neither of you could understand what it was like to be either of the opposites of your complexions. As a brown-skinned woman, I have a skin tone that gets very light in the winter. Well, not very light, but, light brown. You get what I'm saying. And in the summertime, it gets darker. Like not Kelly, but like Gabrielle Union's color, maybe. Something like that. So to me, it's just like, that's my experience, and I've never noticed that my skin tone was an issue at one point of the year or the other. So to me, I just don't think that's the case. Also added to it, let's be honest, dark-skinned black people are a minority out of the black race. Dark-skinned black people aren't the majority at all. And light-skinned black people are a minority out of the black race. Honestly, brown-skinned women, we're the majority of the black race. So when it comes to representation and people say that dark-skinned black people aren't represented or dark-skinned black women aren't represented or there needs to be corrective promotion for dark-skinned black women, but the thing is, when people think of black women itself, people think of dark-skinned black women, and they're not even the majority. So that tells you representation for them is pretty much good for them. If it wasn't, I'm pretty sure nobody would think of them when they think of a black woman. No one thinks of a very light-skinned, maybe not even black-looking black woman. Nobody thinks of a brown-skinned black woman. People think of a dark-skinned black woman when they think of a black woman. That lets you know that obviously they have good representation. And honestly, way more than they probably should have, honestly, because if we're doing it on percentage of who they are as far as comparable to the black race, they're a minority. It is what it is. Especially when you look at like the color chart examples of like how people say safe brown skin, dark brown skin, light brown skin, according to like Chrissy's chart and so forth, that tells you that, dark skin is basically darker than Kelly Rowland. How many black women are darker than Kelly Rowland? Not many. I mean, they're a minority. So if we were going off of the representation level of how many, dark-skinned black women there are in our population as Americans, not Caribbeans, like some people would like to have it, we would basically see that we should probably, have a smaller percentage of representation of dark-skinned people, man or woman for that matter, and more for representation of light brown, medium brown, and dark brown skinned black women. A lot of the time, people will try and argue that there's a lot of a representation in light-skinned black women. This is not true, because if it was really true, then main time people say this, it's usually someone who's light brown, who they just call it light skin, to make the numbers of light skin representation seem basically higher. So that's just my point in this whole video. Thanks for watching. I just think, representation, you guys make up that dark-skinned black women don't get representation, that they need corrective representation. Black women in general have negative representation, but content creators like Chrissy and, colorism platforms don't care about that because, I don't know, they just don't care. And, the majority of black women aren't dark-skinned. So saying corrective promotion for dark-skinned black women isn't going to help black women because most black women aren't even dark. So incorrect promotion would occur for most black women still. So it shows how narcissistic it is and how these type of colorism platforms don't even care about black women at the end of the day or their image, our image for that matter. So thanks for watching, like and subscribe. Have a great day, guys. Bye.